Today on the show, we've got Anthony Hamilton Jr. He's a current Clemson high jumper, had never done any sort of track event until just a couple years ago, was actually a college basketball player, and the track coach asked him to come out, and he messed around doing some high jump in some old shoes, and obviously did really well, and that's why he's continued on to Clemson. Now he's winning meets, and his story is ridiculous. He talks about it on the podcast. But the reason we really wanted to talk to him is about what he's doing on social media. He's gained 30,000 subscribers on YouTube in just a few months. He's putting together really quality content. This is the type of stuff we want to see, especially when it comes to the whole name, image, likeness deal coming up next year with college athletes. He is building his brand. He is setting himself up for success long term. Anthony is a guy you need to follow. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you listening. Anthony, what's good?
So we used to always say, like, all right, we're live in our podcast, and then it was just not live at all.
It just didn't work.
Yeah, it just sounded good. Now we're actually live.
It always sounds better saying we're live, but yeah, if we're not live, it's like, you're not live, dude. Yeah. We're just faking.
You don't hear anyone be like, all right, we're taping this Friday, and you're hearing this on Monday, you know?
Right. So I don't even know where I came across you, but I came across you recently. Somebody retweeted or added a story or something, and it was about your YouTube channel. I looked at you, and I'm like, this dude, young guy. How old are you? 21, 2?
Yeah, I just turned 21 in June.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, happy birthday, young man.
Thank you. I do it myself for sure.
Good. Hopefully you were out here in LA, and I know you weren't back in Clemson yet, but hopefully you had some fun and no trouble. Mm-hmm. But so I just kind of looked at, I think it was through Instagram. Now I'm thinking about it. I looked at your Instagram, saw some cool stuff, went on a YouTube channel, and you've got all these really cool videos and catchy stuff. Like, you're ahead of the game of where you are at. And then I'm doing some more digging, and I see you're a track guy now, used to play basketball in college. And I'm like, all right, let's have a convo with this dude. You've got 36,000-ish subscribers on your YouTube channel now. Yeah. You've got some, I think it was 1.3 million total views I looked up. Mm-hmm. So you're having success on there. So that was part of the reason to get behind it. But tell us your story. Like, how did you, I mean, I know how you got into basketball, but you go to Laverne, then you're like, hey, I'm done. Let me go just not run track, but high jump. Yeah. What do you say? You do high jump? Tim, you were a high jumper.
Yeah, I high jump. Yeah, that's but yeah, but initially, man, I grew up in Los Angeles, played basketball, obviously, until the end of my high school career. I signed to play basketball at Laverne. I didn't have as many basketball offers as I thought I would at the end of my high school career. So I played travel ball for a few months, and my first game is when I picked up Laverne, because we played like the number one team in the country for AAU. So I had a good game, picked up Laverne. The end of the summer was coming, so I just was like, I'm just gonna sign up this school, see what happens. So played with Laverne. I got the freshman treatment. Didn't really play that much, but I practiced. I was obviously better than a lot of the players that were there, but it was just me waiting my turn, learning plays, stuff like that. So at the end of my season, I'm like, well, I got all this energy. I didn't play that much. I'm gonna, try something else, and obviously the track coach they're good friends with the basketball coach at the time. So it was like, yeah, let's get him out here to jump. At first I was like, high jump, like that's whack. I'm not trying to do that, whatever. I don't even know how to flip, whatever. So I went out just to watch the practice, and it went from me watching practice to me trying something, and then I was just on the team, right? I was just on the team. So I was just like, okay, well, this is cool. And they obviously seen that I had like a natural talent with jumping. Obviously, I jump high. So they worked with me, and I would jump in basketball shoes, didn't really get spikes until a couple track meets into the season. And then came a track meet that I tied the school record. So I tied the school record, I took the school record, and then I was like, well, I can do something with this. I'm natural. I've never done this before, going against people that's done this for their whole life, So obviously it was a Division III school. So, I mean, it's not going to be as elite talent as a Division I school. So I was kind of iffy on, should I go to a Division I school and try to walk on somewhere? Should I try to, I didn't know. I was unsure. So I just took the chance. I met the Clemson track coach a while back. I was a basketball player when I was doing like college tours and stuff with one of my mentors, and they went to school together. So he told me, he was like, oh, well, if you come, like, I'll put you on. We could try to work with you and see what happens. So I was like, let's go. What's up? So I left, took a big chance. I've never lived away from home that far. So I just moved all my stuff out there. It was a struggle my first year. I was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, take the bus to school. Didn't get home, didn't have a car. So then I went to Clemson, and obviously I've been doing well. I'm top 10 all time, all ACC, top in ACC. So I've been doing well, but that's kind of how I got into track is, from Laverne.
What do you jump?
Say that one more time.
What's your highest jump?
My highest jump in competition is 216 meters. That's 7 feet 3/4. Yeah.
High.
So that's my.
Have you jumped higher than practice?
Yes, I have. I remember there's a track meet called Penn Relays at University of Penn. I jumped 7-1 in the warm-ups. And then, I was just like, oh, okay. But I didn't jump well in the competition. So I was like, oh, well, okay, well, So, I've been well.
Okay. We weren't he ran high school track and stuff, but our older brother was a really good distance guy in track, and he ran in the MAC. But so Penn Relays was always a big deal that he would always run in and still probably watches them until this day, actually.
I love.
But so you never did anything in high school? No high jump, no track period in high school?
Never touched in conditioning for basketball.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Did you do like strength and conditioning specifically for vertical, or you just naturally can jump over?
I started doing stuff like that. Yes, the answer to that question is yes. I started trying like different stuff I would see on the internet for myself, because I had 2 knee surgeries in high school. So my sophomore year in high school, I blew my knee out, put 3 screws in it, blew it out again, no physical therapy, got surgery again, obviously. And then I was just like, I need to get strong because I'm too fragile if I'm still breaking like this. So I would try different stuff. That's just me. I'm innovative. So I'm like, let me try this. Let me see how this feels. Let me try this, see how this feels. Obviously, eventually I put up a plan for myself. It was just working on stuff like that. And then obviously it worked. So it started then.
That's crazy.
Spam. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, I've gone through your YouTube channel. Now you've got, some views have, I think one video had like 900,000 or 390,000 is that gain a 15-inch vert with Anthony Hamilton. Like, what made you think of, all right, I'm doing this stuff. Now let me video it. And how did the YouTube channel even come about for you?
So I barely started it. Like, I started the channel a year, but I would never post. I started posting consistently as soon as coronavirus happened. So everybody would tell me, like, obviously I can't sell anything right now to anybody because I'm an athlete. And everybody's always been asking me, like, how do you do it? I would love to see what you do, blah, 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 whatever. So I'm like, okay, everybody's in the house anyway. It's probably the best time to gain subscribers at the time. So when I initially started my YouTube channel, I had probably like 115 subscribers when I first started. Yeah, that was in March, I believe.
Damn.
And after that first video I posted, I posted on my Instagram account, on my Twitter, and then it just went like every day I was gaining like 3,000, 2,000 after that first video. So yeah, it was
did people pick it up like media companies, or it was people just sharing on social? How did it catch on?
I literally all I did was continue to post the content that I was posting on Instagram. Like, sometimes I'll go viral and post. Obviously I get good engagement, stuff like that. But every time I would post something, I would just have my link in my bio. So obviously, like the caption that's on the video saying like gain a 50-inch vert, that's what I'll have in my bio with the link under it. So anybody that clicks my account from these pages that's posting my other videos, they'll see that like, oh shit, let me go click it. So
dang, so it's been rapid growth for you, huh?
Yeah.
That's fast.
I didn't realize it was that. I saw you. The YouTube launched in October, so I knew it was quick anyway. But I didn't realize it was like the last 4 months or 5 months now.
It was the last 4 months, and it's a blessing, of course, because I didn't expect it to happen like that. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a little slow. I'm tripping. I'll still work for it, whatever. And then I filmed everything on my phone. I just recently got a camera like 2 weeks ago, so everything's
That's all
on
you
my
need.
yeah. Especially iPhones, like it's perfect. It's 4K. It's good content to get. So
Do you edit yourself, or do you have somebody?
yeah, I do all my edits myself. Yeah, do all that stuff.
Yeah, I think I was just watching or posted something about JaVale McGee, and he all he does, I'm sure, because I can see the videos, he just takes his iPhone around, videos it, and then sends it to an editor and has him do his thing. I'm amazed, and this is something I'm always preaching about, and we're talking about consistently. Is I'm amazed at how few athletes just pick up a phone, record, and make a vlog. It is the easiest stuff to do. Easiest thing. All you got to do is video and talk. Maybe sometimes turn it around. Sometimes you're showing people what's going on, what you're seeing, and then figure out someone to edit for you if you can't edit, or if you don't have the time or don't want to. Especially if you're a pro, just pay someone a few bucks.
Exactly.
But the storytelling behind it, now you've built the brand in college. I don't know what's going to happen after next year, what goes on with you after you're done with school and whatnot. But you've already started to build a brand from this, and you're starting to create this level of success that you can build on and be your own brand after this.
Exactly. It's just me just taking advantage. I know that I can't really make money off of it now, but I'm just trying to set myself up so it'll be like an easy transition after I graduate.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, merch, jump programs, YouTube views, you'll be making money off of, all these things that are just, and you're 21 years old, still in college. And it obviously, I assume it helps being an athlete who's a college athlete. There's probably connections and people that are retweeting and adding the story. And I'm sure that's how I found you, somebody like that. So I'm sure there's a level that helps you at, but you didn't necessarily need that. But for where you've started, now you've developed the beginnings of a big brand, and who knows what your degree's in, but you'll be able to take and do this and do this with whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you a sociology major or something?
Yeah, sociology.
What do you want to do then?
Well, see, so how it's funny how I started off. Laverne is a more of like a medical focused school. I wanted to go into health science and kinesiology and stuff like that. But after taking a couple of classes at Laverne, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So when I transferred here, I initially was health science, and what they were asking out of me didn't really correlate with my track schedule. Like I would have to do an internship elsewhere, and I have to do this and leave. So I changed it to sociology because that put me in place to graduate on time. Because obviously Laverne's a private school, so they took credits away from my degree credits because some of the classes didn't kind of count for it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I think Pat and I, we, like you said, we've been talking to colleges because next year you will be able to get paid. But I think what you've kind of paved already and set yourself up by building the brand. I mean, the merchandise, the vertical programs, the strength training, whatever it might be, you've already got a 6-figure business the day that you're allowed, basically, which is exactly what we've been preaching to these coaches and these other athletes that we've been talking to. Is you're already well on your way towards that 6 figures.
Man, I'm working for it, bro.
Yeah,
definitely. I'm definitely working on it. So we're gonna make it happen, though.
Yeah, I mean, but you're already ahead of the game, especially when we talk track and field. You're way ahead of the game. There's some football, some basketball players who get it, and then obviously some other people, unicorns in each of their sports, get it. But when this does open up the name, image, likeness deal, obviously this can impact anyone at any school.
Exactly.
Whether you're a basketball player at Laverne who now goes to be a track guy at Clemson, or you're at school X and you're a gymnast, or water polo, or basketball men's, all this stuff can have its own oppormunities.
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me, I'm just moving real quick. I'm just.
Oh, you're good.
Getting bounced? You getting bounced out of that room?
Hey man, what'd you say?
You get bounced out of that room?
Oh man, my teammate needs it, I guess. So I'm real quick.
No worries.
If you take your sociology major, let's say you did, NIL opens up where you can get paid.
Yeah.
You make 6 figures. Are you dropping to sociology and moving towards your brand and entrepreneurship, or do you think you'd actually do something with sociology?
I mean, it really depends. I'm good with people. Sociology is basically like the study of people and how they interact in society and stuff like that. So I feel like I use that already with like how I network with people and how I connect with different people and just stuff like that. So, I mean, I'll be using it in a way. I don't know if I want to be like a sociology professor or, you know, stuff. I don't think I want to do that, but I'm going to definitely stay in sports and media. So that's what that's what I'm planning to do with that.
Let's talk. Let's talk. If you need an intern, actually, the internship wouldn't even matter. But if you wanted to do an internship, let's talk when you're done here.
No, most definitely. I've been taking tips from like people that work with like Ballers Life and House of Highlights and Dunkademic, stuff like that. Thanks, bro. And then just using that just to continue to help myself build really is what's been helping me. So just taking tips. And I also did an internship with Adidas. I've been working with them for 5 years now. So I take them too. And I just use their networking tools for social media and stuff like that just to get myself going.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
No, that makes sense. I mean, there's so many ways to build a brand and be different than even everyone else who does the same. Every high jumper in the country is going to be different than you, and you're different than all of them. And like, how can you be different? You're everyone who's a high jumper at your level has a ridiculous vertical, right? Or they're 7 foot tall and they still have a good vertical.
Yeah.
But you know, being able to like showcase and how can you monetize off that, even just your storytelling, even if you totally change your YouTube to not necessarily being just about jumping and all these crazy things you do, but just day in the lifestyle stuff like you've done anyway, like that can be your avenue from there.
Yeah, exactly.
How do we get more athletes to start doing this, whether it's college or pro? What is like the hang up on all this stuff? Because it's the easiest thing in the world to be successful with, I think.
I feel like I had to keep myself in check just to stay consistent and to dedicate myself, because it's easy, but then again, for me, it's a lot of work. It's like a job at hand too, because now I have this image that I have to keep up. I can't just go posting whatever. I have to plan when I'm posting. I have to collaborate with people and just continue to think about the bigger picture as opposed to like being a dumb 21-year-old college kid. So there's a lot of athletes that just want to live the college life and have fun and drink and do whatever. So I feel like just thinking about the bigger picture is what helps the most. That's what keeps me motivated.
That's such a great way to put it. What we always say is think bigger than just being an Instagram post or a tweet. Thinking of yourself as a brand and a business. And when I say easy, I don't mean like it's easy to do. I understand the work in it. We've done many of vlogs for people and edit it, and from start to finish. I just mean all you're doing is just videoing your life.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And of course you're maybe like up in the drama in it or doing some specific things for video. I get that part of it, but it seems like it would be a thing that most people should want to do and be able to do. But you're right. Is whether it's you're a college kid and you're doing your thing for whatever reasons you're on social media, it's the same thing with a lot of 25, 30, 35-year-olds too. It's not that it changes that different. It's just the things maybe you're into are a little different or more expensive as we talk pro athletes and they're older.
Exactly. And I think also what I didn't include is the journey too. Because when I go back to like when I was in high school, I wish I would have recorded and filmed more as I'm doing now, because that would make a way bigger storyline to put together, moving forward in the future. So that too.
No doubt. How crazy would this have been if you had this all on video? And even the day you go from, I'm gonna go out in my basketball shoes on the track and try to jump in the air and then over this bar. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Were your coaches laughing at that? You wearing the basketball shoes out there?
Yes, because I had to, obviously they helped me get some spikes because I didn't know what spikes to get. I didn't know what type of spikes I was wearing. So they had to order them. So in the meantime, I was just jumping with shoes on, and they're like, "You sure you don't want to wait?" I was like, "No, season starts next week. I'm trying to get going now." So I remember it was shoes I played in high school, and they were like low top white. I think they were like Russell Westbrook shoes, something like that. They were white, and I didn't fail a couple times with them shoes on the track for sure.
Oh, I bet.
It it was too much. So glad I like stuff.
So where do you want to take with what you're doing now? Where do you want to take next steps, next levels, direction? How far out are you thinking with what you're doing and that type of deal?
Well, I usually when I come up with a plan with something, I probably think like a year or two ahead. So when I graduate from school, I obviously I have my brand, which is the Hamilton brand. I have a separate Instagram account for it. So I want to go into like, I guess, online coaching, online training. I want to obviously stay with the media and doing like dunk videos or appearances, stuff like that, movies, commercials, etc., stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to also, I'm trying to build a branch. I'm trying to spread my branches of my company to different levels. Like it'll be Hamilton Media, Hamilton Training, Hamilton Networking, Hamilton Television, a television station, just stuff like that. I just want to branch it out to everything, so it can just be a elite level brand.
So you're moving back to LA then?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm coming back home. Yeah. I'm coming back home for sure. So
yeah, that sounds very LA, and just like the vibe, and thinking bigger,
mm-hmm.
and thinking, like these are all these opportunities I can get into. But then that becomes a whole nother deal when you start having a big business, and now you got to hire people, and how do you hire the right people? And then if people are flipping and turning, and it's a whole nother deal.
That's exciting. Exactly why. Yeah, I that's exactly why I'm networking now. Like the people, I have video teams in LA, I have video teams in Milwaukee, out here. I want to be able to put them on that department. They can get interns, train people, and that's that. I have people that work in the law. They can do stuff with that. Like, I'm just trying to connect to every person that I can. So in the future, be like, hey, if you got a high school kid trying to get better with this, he can intern with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just been working with that. I have like 5 interns already though.
There you go. Good. What we've always found too is when you're in college, the opportunities, even if you're a regular student, the opportunity for you to try to network and reach out to somebody are so much higher. The day you graduate, they're like, this you can figure it out. As opposed to people want to help you out when you're in college. People want to, like hey, I got a question about such and such. Like shoot them a DM. Like, sure, let's get on a call. Let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And when you're done, they're like, figure it out. You're a grown man.
Yeah. They just you got your degree. Just go ahead and figure it out for yourself. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Have you guys been talking about like you've been on campus? Have you guys been talking about like what your schedule looks like this year?
So we really, I only came so early because I have to move into my new place, but we're supposed to report back August 2nd, I believe, and then we'll go from there. They haven't really said anything. I mean, I got an email from the president of the university saying that we are going to continue with having classes in person. Obviously, social distancing. It will be half online, half in class. But that's really all I got so far. As far as track, I don't really know.
When would you guys normally start track? Once school comes, or would you stay there? Did you stay there last summer and work out?
Yeah, I came a lot later last year, but I obviously wanted to get ahead of my training and stuff like that.
Sure.
But we usually have one track meet in December, and then we go on Christmas break, and then when we come back is when our season is like late winter, and then the whole spring and summer. So
this is all going to be so crazy.
Track and baseball, both spring. Like social distance is kind of built into those as is, but who knows?
But also you got you never know what's going to happen here. But you got indoors. Just being inside with the indoor track season, maybe that people don't want to do that, and who knows what is going to happen this football season, and we're only 6 weeks or 8 weeks away from that.
And we're big with football over here, so it's like that'll suck if we can't do football. Like that would be crazy.
They just announced today that California is having no high school sports this fall, so they're bumping everything until January.
Damn. Yeah. And I feel bad for like 2-sport athletes because they're gonna have to choose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Themselves.
Well, and I sent the picture of the announcement to our brother-in-law, who's an athletic director in Ohio, and he goes, "No, we can't do that because we actually have weather in Ohio that you can't have football outside in January when it's -10 and a foot of snow. So they don't even have that option. So it's either cancel or maybe do it in the spring."
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't know, but I love track. I hope they don't cancel the season because I fell in love with it. I mean, but it is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah, I feel like track out of most sports, I think, is in a good spot though. Being in the spring, there's still a good 6-month gap.
yeah.
I don't know, but who knows what's gonna happen.
I just feel bad for the seniors of the like basketball and football because it's like even if we do go through having a football and basketball season, they're not gonna have fans most likely.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's gonna be like who do you yell at after you get a fast break dunk or after you score a touchdown? It's like okay.
Your 10 teammates on the bench.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the trainer and the the radio guy who's going to be 15 rows up and
man, it's gonna.
I've seen technology that, and I don't know if the NBA is implementing this or not, but I've seen a lot that are coming out there where you basically the app records your home audio. So if I'm watching and I'm a fan of Clemson basketball or football or whatever, there's no fans in there, but I'm watching it and I'm screaming at home. It collectively takes everyone who's on the app, their audio, and will display it in the arena or stadium, like simultaneously. So it sounds like the crowd is there, but there's no crowd there.
Yeah, that's
better than nothing.
Yeah, that's better than no sound at all.
Yeah.
See, I heard them saying something like doing like pre-recorded stuff from what they had in the past.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've heard that too, or just pumping in like light music or light ambient noise in certain situations where it kind of feels like the energy's building, in a I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure they'll start doing that with the NBA, WNBA. We'll see some stuff. Baseball starts this week.
Yep.
So who knows what they're gonna do? Baseball. See, the thing with baseball and baseball as opposed to NBA, at least you've got like the sneakers and you'll hear talking and just communication player wise, but baseball is just quiet.
It's quiet. Yeah.
The crack of a bat is all you hear.
Yeah. One out of every, what is it? Or is it 3 out of every 10 times, right? Is it good at that? Yeah.
Who knows? It would be crazy. So going back to football, basketball, let's say you're not you're someone else in school. What would you be telling more athletes to be doing to build a brand? Like, how did you think about it consciously? Yeah, I know you could say, hey, go vlog or go create these videos, but like, what would you, if you were teaching them, what would you tell them?
If I wasn't me?
Right. I'm talking random player on the men's basketball or women's basketball or football player.
I'd say, because sometimes you have to trick somebody into doing it, So, because I've had to trick people into start like building themselves. So I would say something like, you're never going to have these memories again. Take videos, take pictures, and post them because you'll thank me later for it. And then once they get the hang of it, they'll be like, well, people sort of like this stuff. Because at the end of the day, like, nobody really knows what it's like to be a D1 athlete if you're not a friend of one or if you're not one yourself, So just starting by, just like you said, just filming, I'm training, I'm doing this, or this is what it looks like game day before we come out. Stuff like that is cool. Like, people love to see that stuff.
People love it. And that's you're just documenting the process is all you're doing there.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's
a good way to think of it. Yeah. I think a lot of people are too worried about being cool or whatever the thing is. Yeah. And I think, and same thing with college and pro, I think a lot of athletes are, they're almost on social are thinking about their boy, like from a guy's perspective, their boys, and they want to like stunt for their boys or stunt for their girls or guys, girls, whatever their thing is. But like they're doing that instead of thinking about the audience and how you can create a community and build a brand and do all these, instead of just being like trying to look cool or, get your boys to add a story and like that, that stuff's fine or whatever. But when you think about the tool you have being at a big school like you're at and all the relationships you have of friends and players, that stuff's great. But now, like, how can you turn this into a business? Because if you're a Division I athlete, especially at Clemson, you should be able to build and start something from there, even if it's just like a small level brand to start networking to create whatever you want to do long term.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like being cool, like, okay, it's cool. Like, okay, I don't talk to nobody. I'm hard to access. Like, that's fine. You can do that, but it's not really gonna help you networking wise afterwards. Because if you injure yourself and you can't go to the league, then what are you gonna do? You were the guy that didn't talk to anybody. You know, so make friends, network. Like, I love being around the normal students out here. Some athletes don't want to even see regular students. And I'm like, why? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, we're cool. We partying together, and we're gonna be cool.
Yeah.
So
that's true, because like those students that you're hanging out with and talking to are also become your customers when you launch your merch line too.
Exactly.
Yes.
There's people that live on campus or that go to Clemson that they reach out to me like, hey, I go to Clemson. I'd love to meet you. I do your workouts or I watch you. Like, and I'm like, cool. Like, let's be friends. You know, like it's not a big deal.
Yep.
I'm gonna be like, oh, you're a regular student. Oh, I don't want to be around you. Like, that's weird.
Yeah, but we've been at places and it's kind of like that too. And, and you know, I don't know. It's not a good thing. I wouldn't say it is, but that's just kind of where we've seen some places are. But even just from that, you know, the networking, who knows where that takes you? Who knows where that helps your brand, your business, your whatever you're trying to do? Maybe one of those people that you're talking to is a really damn good designer, or like you've talked about video people. Maybe one of those people are really good at video or whatever their thing is. Maybe can help work with you. I would never not have conversations with somebody because of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Did I lose you guys? Oh, no, my
froze for a second. Yeah.
Son of a bitch, man.
Yeah.
Anyhow, what else, Timmy? Anything else?
No, man.
This was great. We really wanted to get a feel. Really wanted to get a feel for where you're at.
I like that.
Yeah, you're different. We've talked to a good amount of athletes your age who are still in college and either left or have left, and you're different mindset wise. So wanted to get a feel for that and have a conversation with you.
I appreciate you guys for having me on, man. I always love to have conversation.
Yeah, I mean, why not share what you know, learn a few things. Like we're sharing, we're learning every conversation we have with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
All right, boss. We appreciate the time.